Hi, we are now at Unit 7 on Reflection Journal. What have I experienced that is new to me? I would say gaining extra knowledge and information from other participants and thus try to relate it to my context, the things that I've shared. Some of their ideas never come across my mind, but through the forum, I get a glimpse of what and how I could apply the ideas in my daily teaching. What have I learned? A lot. Seriously, I have learned a lot from this course that we are now in Unit 7. And some of the things that I've learned, again, as I mentioned above, never come across my mind. That is the useful of this course, whereby we come from different background, different culture, and when we learn other culture, we can see the differences and similarities. For example, what have I learned? I realized that many Asian countries, we have big classroom and our learners are very passive and reserved. Many of them are reluctant to speak, share and express themselves in the target language. Not only that, it implies to the teachers as well. Many teachers are very reserved and passive when it comes to expressing themselves. Now, through the comments, feedback, and the lesson plans that we have shared, I've learned how other teachers carried out their lesson in the classroom. And sometimes I would ask myself, how can I have that kind of environment to have a very active participation from the students? A big question mark to myself. It is possible. It is. Is it possible for me to have similar activities in my classroom? There's a big question marks that only I can answer. But through a third reading, I found out I'm being very optimistic. And I said to myself, yes, I can have that in my classroom. It might not be exactly the same as how other participants explain it or plan it, as I really need to improvise the activities to suit my students or learners' learning abilities. Move on to the next question. What do I plan to do with the new perspective that I've gained through this course? Sharing it with my colleagues, students, and hopefully with educators within my district through professional development or professional learning community. Although I realize that some students might not willing to accept the sharing, but slowly they might see the outcomes from my very own classroom, the students from my classroom. I know that there's nothing late in introducing something new to a new group of people, because I'm very new in this school. I've spent 4 months here. This is my 5th month here. They have a different learning environment, so I'm still adapting myself to this current situation. And I do believe that with these new things going around in our education system, educators who are the agents of change, they are willing to change for the future generation. How will it impact my teaching practice? Tough question. My main word will be change. Be aware of change and embrace change for the betterment of the students. I really learn from my students through our Wheel of Identities activities that student from that activities it's telling me what students see in themselves and how would they want or expect others to see them. So that is important, that we could see the emotional side of them. Yeah. And when coming here to this new school, I learned that it is a big challenge to teach students from rural areas due to the low level of proficiency. It is not easy to develop that when English is actually an alien language to them, and technology as well. They are quite new to technology. What other areas do I want to further explore and develop in? As I have shared, I'm focusing on speaking. I'm helping students to motivate themselves. So through reading and writing, that's the thing that I would really want to learn, because I realized that taking too much time to build students' self-confidence and self-esteem in the language, making me giving up sometimes. So when it comes to writing, they are totally lost, whereby they couldn't transfer the information into paper. So this is the thing that I would really want to know further, explore further, reading and writing, how to motivate and encourage my students in their reading as they are lacking of vocabulary. Thank you.